What's good, YouTube? JDaisy here with the JDaisy Gaming Channel. Here in a game that has kind of taken over my life the last few days. It came out within the last 6 months. It's called Factorio. There'll be a link down in the description as always. And it is one of the most addicting, time-losing games I have ever played. It just takes over your life, and there's been 3 nights in a row I've stayed up to 4 a.m. playing this and not even remembered that it was like time was progressing by. And the whole game is pretty much just, it's kind of, if you had to make a comparison between two games, you'd compare this to Minecraft but top down. So pretty much all you're doing is trying to create machines that smelt things, to go further up the research tree to make things that smelt things that go, and it's a big circle. To give you, this is a base that I've only been at for maybe the past hour or so. So this is a fairly basic base. Just give a quick overlay. You got your water pipe coming in, boiler that I'm going to put more coal in, because if that stops, our steam engine runs out of steam, which loses all power. They do have these grabbers here run on power. They do have ones that don't run on power, that run on coal or any other heat source, but I just find electricity is easier. I have automated turrets because there are enemy AI in this game, and they are quite annoying. They come in giant swarms, so I do have some turrets set up just to counteract that. These big yellow things that you see all over, these are smelters that are smelting me iron plates that you then use to craft things, and this is the crafting menu. And it is very simplified, and I like it a lot. I mean, what's something I need? Let's just craft up a pickaxe, or it's an iron axe, sorry. But this iron axe, unlike Minecraft or other games, this is your universal tool. You use this to mine your ore or coal or chop down a tree or what have you. So let's just mine. You just click it, and I have accelerated crafting on just because this is like my 4th attempt, and I'm trying it out, seeing how it is. So normally it would take a little bit longer, but I have accelerated. You don't have to have it. That's what I have for this build. These green and red potions, these are what you use to science things, and then this giant dome is where you science each thing in the tech tree takes a certain amount of these potions to science, and that's what science. And here's the tech tree. These yellow ones are available ones, reds are not yet available, and then green are the ones I've completed. So it's a pretty extensive tech tree, and there's actually like incentive to get things, because the more advanced you get, the more efficient you can become, and you don't have giant clogs like this. Other things. So you have blue is iron, gray is copper, which my copper bank is a little bit. So this is copper, coal, and wood are about the 4 main, are the main resources. So you have that. Yeah, and it's just, I don't know, something about this game just takes over my life. Like here, I will load up a previous build that I was working on. This was my first build, which got increasingly more complicated. This is what I call the giant science machine, because all this boils down to making those red and green potions for the science building. So we'll just try and give a quick tour. Okay, so the ore comes in here and goes around the giant carousel of doom to get smelted, and then from there also copper comes in, but they don't have such a big long carousel because they get smelted a little bit quicker, and I don't have as much coming in. So the ore comes in, makes steel plates or copper plates. Each corresponding one goes onto its own belt. Each one is its own what's the word I'm looking here, product has its own belt, so there's no fraternizing, I guess would be the best way to put it. It just makes it so that organization is a little more key, and it seems a little bit confusing probably if you're not used to looking at this, but to me this all makes sense because I built this. But long story short, these manufacturing things make, I believe, copper wire out of the copper plates. Copper wire gets turned into microchips. Microchips take these steel plates and gears, which are made by iron plates, turn them into conveyors or grabbers and conveyors get turned into red and yellow plates. Red and green potions. Red and green potions go down the giant penis of science here into the science building. And yeah, and then we obviously have the steam engine bank over here, which I just found out if you click on this, it actually shows how much power you're using. So we're producing way more power than we need, but hey, it's alright. So weird line up there at the top. I don't know if you can see, but weird line at the top when I run. Over here we have oil production, which there is oil, I forgot to mention that, and the oil manufacturing. These ones are the ones that actually make the oil, and I actually just have the oil being brought here to my giant steam engine so that it's a constant flow. I never have to worry about refilling it. I also, yep, this was using petroleum, and since I'm trying to stay off the grid as much, I have giant banks of crude oil back here ready to be used. Yeah, this build I was working on for quite a while. This was my first actual start of the game, this factory here, but I died. I tried to take on a swarm and got killed, and rather than starting back from the last load slot, I just decided, you know what, every time I die, I'm just going to call it quits for that build, like kind of a permadeath thing. Kind of just a personal choice I made. It's not a game mechanic or anything, it's just a personal choice that I decided to make to deal with, make the game a little bit more difficult, I guess it's the best way to put it. So yeah, I died on that one, did another one, died on that one, because I tried to take on a swarm with a railway, and I didn't like that. And yeah, the AI isn't the smartest things, but they come in giant swarms, and giant swarms of them is not the easiest thing to combat. And yeah, pretty much it's just a big circle of grabbing things. And to delete stuff, you just hold down right click, build stuff left click. I mean, it's very intuitive. It knows exactly what it's doing. So that's great. The controls are easy. The plot is to actually build, what is it? Oh yeah, the rocket silo down here. You build the rocket silo and you win the game is the ultimate goal. But to build the rocket silo, you gotta get through the entire tech tree. So complications arise. But yeah, pretty much the whole game is building conveyor belts and grabbers and smelters and manufacturing things, so you don't have to do it by hand. And it's very fun, and it's very casual. Doesn't seem like the right word, but I guess you could use it. You don't have to think a lot, but it just takes up so much time. It's great. The game is early access, and it's on Steam for $20, a flat $20. I remember that number because normally games are like $19.99 or $49.99 or whatever, but this was a $20 flat fee, so you know that's kind of a different. But I would say it's very much worth that $20. It is early access. I'm debating making an entire series out of this just because it is taking up so much of my time, and I think I'm kind of hesitant because it is kind of tedious, like just standing here waiting for plates to smelt. Can get kind of tedious, but I don't know. I haven't made my choice on that because normally when I'm playing this, I'm watching other YouTubers or listening to music or something like that, so I'm not always talking like in other games I am. So I don't know. If you have any comments about that, leave them down in the box and I might consider it. Yeah, just a quick kind of overview, giving my quick 2 cents about it. I very highly recommend it. I think you should definitely go get it. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please leave them down in the box. I'd love to hear from you. As always, have a great one.